about you, baby. Yeah, I'm mad about you.
Hey, this is Time Bomb. If it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button for daily updates. Today, I wanted to do a video on my 3-3-5 wide defensive scheme. I'm going to break it down for you and the plays that I use, and hopefully it helps you guys get some wins and take your game to the next level. So let's get into it. First thing I'm going to pick for the offense, I'm just going to do a random play for them. And see, this is the nickel 3-3-5 wide. It's in most playbooks in the game. Now, probably maybe a third to half of the playbooks have them. Like all 3-4 playbooks have it, and a lot of the 4-3s and hybrids have it as well. It'll be wide 9. Don't get confused. This is different than that one or the odd. And I think, although a lot of people do use it, these setups are definitely exclusive to me. So first of all, I'm gonna just do I have this right? Yeah, this is right. Okay, so just wanted to make sure it wasn't going the wrong way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shift the D line to the right. Then I'm going to make the point of the attack to the left. I'm going to put my right outside linebacker into a spy. I'm going to switch the cover adjustment to underneath. So then I've got hard flats on the outside. And then I'm going to take this safety, drop him right down into the box. The other safety also into the box. And I'm going to use the middle linebacker right here and just kind of hover right over the center. And when the ball's snapped, I'm going to go right over here. This is my area that I'm covering right here, because this safety, he's going to drop back into the middle deep blue, but it just does give him a second. If they do try to quick throw, he's right there for it, and then quickly my middle linebacker will replace him. If someone does start to do like a drag over the middle here, I will follow them, but then if I see there's someone trying to go outside, I'm going to use him kind of going over to this side of the field. So let's take a look at whatever random play they're running. Looks at a shotgun. Might have a chance to just kind of show you some routes. Of course, I'm not going to use the QB here, so we won't be able to really see the play develop, and he should get sacked. There we go. I just start moving over. Oh, he runs the ball. He's going to make his way. It's a decent run stop. I don't like it if I know they're running, really think they're running to the outside, or, can have a lot of blockers. It's not the kind of play I want to run there. It's kind of a counter play. Third and long, second and long plays when I'm pretty sure they're passing, and I want to have decent coverage and get some pressure. If he rolls outside, I'm going to send that spy on him right away. That's the basic setup to this one. You can see here I'm going to do it fast. It's a really quick setup. Boom, like a second and a half, and I am into it. Everyone's good to go. I didn't get that spy, but right away, boom, everyone's good to go. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to use that side, see I got it, and then A might be open there, but B might be open too, and pressure gets in. I mean, obviously, he's not rolling out, so I never sent the spy, but you get a good idea of that play right there. So that's probably one of my most effective plays in my playbook too, but because I use it as a counter play to the cover 4 and my other plays. All right, the next big defensive play that I have is also another cover 3 play. Let's take a look here. Remember, yesterday I made a video as well about my personnel. I do think, this defense requires 91 zones, some strong linebackers, a decent D-line. I don't know if the mid-tier is going to be as successful with. You want to be higher and defensively, probably over an 87 overall. But like I said, you want whatever players are going to have 91 zone, some strong coverage defenders with a bit of block shedding to get through when you need them, and very good defensive line. My video, again, yesterday showing my lineup goes kind of over that. So the next play we're going to look at is the 3 Samwell blitz. This is a play that I used a ton in Madden 17, and it didn't really work for me in Madden 18 until the last month or so I've been able to use it. So let me just make sure I don't need to reverse it. No, everything looks good here. Okay, so what I do is similar to the other setup. I'm going to shift my line to the right, then my point of the attack, I'm going to switch to slanting left, and then I'm going to put my right outside linebacker into a hard flat, my left outside linebacker into a hard flat. I'm going to base align everyone, and I'm going to put this safety into a hook curl. So you see I have a very similar look. Sometimes I'll even, as the cover 3 buzz, I'll even move these safeties in sometimes, and then put him in the same position. It has a very similar look, completely different defense though. Look at the way those hook zones in the middle are a lot tighter, and my responsibility as the user is actually on the other side of the field this time as the cover 3 buzz. See, I have to use her over here. it's a big responsibility. A lot of the middle field opens up, and just the nature of this hook curl that you put your strong safety into, he actually will kind of get up into this area. Sometimes corners can kind of get a little dicey in there, but it does work. I prefer to use it when it's on this side of the field is the right side of the field is the short side of the field, just so that safety has less responsibility and I have more responsibility kind of in the middle. I prefer that because you can just really see those roots kind of coming into this area. So sometimes I can really end up cutting off like 3 roots in this formation. I really think that the left side of the field is very covered. Any sort of flood formation with that seam flat, hard flat, deep blue kind of combination on the left side, you get really good coverage, especially with this hook zone kind of coming anything over here, cutting off. I really like this defense. I wouldn't want to sit in it all game. Again, it's a counter kind of play to my cover 4. But that's the basic setup, so let's take a look at it against this random offense. Ooh, we got a motion play. Looks like he's running here. Yeah, he's running up the middle. Ooh, you see he had a big hole there. Again, this is not a play that I'm crazy about against the run. I mean, it can do decent against it, but that's not necessarily what it's for. It's, again, for longer pass situations. Hopefully I've done my job on first and second down, and now I've just got to stop the pass on both second and third down situations here, possibly fourth too. So let's see how quick I can set it up. Pretty quick, and I'm into it. Boom. All right. Let's have him snap it. What's he gonna do? Oh, he's just rolling out. So you get to check out some routes, and pressure got there pretty quick too. So there's my 3 Samuel blitz setup and play for that one. So again, it's a good play, counter play. You don't want to be using it all game, but it's definitely a quick setup and a good play to use against most opponents. Now the biggest play out of this whole scheme for me, the one that I'm going to be using the most, and the play that I want my opponent to think that I'm in every time, is this cover 4 show 2. Of course, this is the meta from the early year. Everyone's using it, but I do think I have somewhat of an exotic setup. Not that exotic, but I have my own exclusive setup here that I'm going to show you today that I think still works. People think that cover 4 is done. I don't think it's done. I think it definitely is exploitable. That's why I have my cover 3s that I like to switch to counter this play off with. And I think this play is better for making adjustments, and I think it's more versatile. I can stop the pass and the run with it. So that's why, again, with the personnel that I have, right now I'm usually starting the game. I'm coming out in this a lot. So let me just look at the setup here. Do I need to? No, I don't need to reverse anything. So here's my basic cover 4 show 2 setup. I just put the coverage adjustment, I put it underneath, then I put it over top. Doing this will create the cloud flats on the field. Then I'll put my right outside linebacker, I'll put him into this hook zone. So you can see here I have pretty good coverage across the whole field. My responsibility as the user is this middle area and over to the right if I need to, because on the left side should have most of the hooks or anything kind of covered over there. Now you kind of are making a decision if you want to put this side with the running back into a hard flat or a cloud flat. That's the way that I like to think about it. You're basically making a decision every time. If you think they're going to try to hit you on the hard flats, use a hard flat there. If you think it's one side, then use a hard flat on that side, use a cloud on the other side, or you can kind of double up on it if you want, which I don't really like to do. You can put it kind of into a sort of a cloud flat there and a hard flat kind of underneath it. I don't like that look at all. That's something maybe you like, but I don't. So that's the basic setup for it, but it could also be, like I said, hard flats underneath. Also, you could kind of reverse into it this way with your nickelback kind of going into a hook zone in the middle there and your linebacker going to the hard flat, which I think it's good to switch up. And, of course, you could also do it the reverse way and have them both in cloud flats, that side as well. You can also even kind of move this nickelback right here if you want to kind of give it this look of more of a sort of looks like a 3-4. And yeah, this play can work against the run. It should usually stop passes. You can kind of use her either side if you want there too. It just gives, if you're not using your number one middle linebacker, then it gives a lot of responsibility to the AI. That's something you might want to consider. But if you really think they're throwing over here, it might be good to have this guy usering over to that side so that you can protect that side of the field if you think that's where their first read is, and then they're just gonna panic throw to whatever the other side of the field, and maybe just having an AI there to make the AI pick will be enough, or you can click on and pick it off. So that's my basic setup for the cover 4 show 2. But I also have a setup. If I want to get some pressure, I'll put them into cloud flats. I'll be using him, but I'll put my outside linebacker into a spy, so that way he's just kind of, if I have going against a mobile quarterback and I need to stop him from so he'll be check his reads out really quick and he's like, nothing there, running. I don't want that to happen. I've got to spy someone on the QB. This is, of these formations that I've shown, this is the best one to put into a spy, I think, because it has those cover 4s there over top, so it doesn't feel like I'm really dedicating much of a resource. When you have a lone receiver on one side as well, you can dedicate a resource to just man them up if you want. Like, as well, you kind of might want to press in sometimes. Maybe not, though. You might just want to move in your CB sometimes, because then you can just stop them from getting those quick out routes, or it makes it look like you're in clouds when maybe you're in hard flats right off the start of the play. It's a lot of deception there. And I also sometimes will put my right outside linebacker into the hard flat, and I'll blitz that nickelback. Can kind of just move them up if I want to get some quicker pressure. Have everyone moved up if I'm just kind of want to force that throw a little quicker and have everyone closer into the play, probably in a hard flat situation. Something like this look as well works for me. And if I really want to go crazy, and if I know that they're running, then I can do kind of something like this. See, where I've kind of got everyone going, and I might use like a safety in the middle, and then kind of have this kind of a look. And now it gives a huge responsibility to me, but the idea is that I'm going to have so much pressure on them so quickly, and they're likely running, that I can just kind of back up everyone with the safety here. I'll have to cover a lot of area, but it'd be Earl Thomas the third for me, and Ultimate Team. It's pretty quick, great user player when I need to, and yeah, it's a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure. Let's check it out here against the computer. See what happens. He's going to run the ball, and yeah, we're going to blow it up in the backfield. Everyone's getting in there. There's like 3 mismatches, so it's someone's getting in there pretty quick. It's just if he can take advantage of all that pressure coming at him in that time. So that's my crazy setup, and yeah, those are my 3 setups. I think if you're using these at the right time, it can definitely help your game. I'm definitely using some 3-4 stuff to stop the run and just mix it in against the pass and those 2-and-1. But when you see 3 wideouts coming out on the field, I really feel like you can get a stop using these different setups. So I've been Time Bomb. That's my 3-3-5 wide defensive scheme. Hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later.